I hope you all are well and everything is fine at your place. So, namaste, Grace. So we will start with the session, or I will wait for a minute again for the rest of the people to connect.
Some people are just trying to find spots. We just ended our class and we need to move because the 300s are coming to where we were.
Okay, nice to know. So yesterday, what we have seen, can you please tell me what we have up till where we have seen in the anatomy and physiology, the syllabus yesterday, what we have studied yesterday?
We studied up until this part. I'm trying to look for the names. I actually wanted to ask you, are you able to type or not?
Type.
Yeah, on the group. I just wanted to ask you about the amount of bones that we learned yesterday because I didn't hear it. So the amount in the front and the
It's
back.
14. Yes.
So it was 14. Yeah.
See, if I will type, it will take so much time because I'm not good in typing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And in the facial, we have 14.
Yeah,
Then
14. Okay,
in our
got it.
skull, 8.
It was
8.
8.
Yeah, 8. So
Okay, and
total
then
20.
the back one.
We have not studied in the back yet. So we have studied,
Okay.
I think, in our ears, there are 3 up till. So 6
I got.
bones in both the ears. So 6 plus 14 plus 8. Up till now, we have seen 28 bones. Got it, Blue? Am I right? Okay. So we will start directly now. Namaste, Amber and Jay. Okay. So the next here in the axial skeletal system, again, we are watching the axial skeletal system. Some people look like frozen. Just let me know when the connection is not good as well, because I can see my Wi-Fi is working well.
Yeah, Subhan, actually our Wi-Fi connection here is not that good. So some of them are breathing now.
Yes, even it is very hard for me to hear you. Even okay, but yes. So in the next axial skeletal system, we are watching. Now we have seen up till now the region of head, where we have seen the skull, 8 bones, the face, 14 bones, and in the ear, 3 tiniest bones in our whole body, which are located in our ears, incus, malleus, and step connection. And the function was to transmit and amplify the sound falling on that eardrum. These bones, which carries the nerves and the blood vessels, take those sound and take it inside our ear. Apart from this head, we have the neck region. So, which is the bone you will find in the neck region that we will see? Is it visible, right? On my whiteboard? Okay, yes, blade showing thumbs up. Good. Then, in the neck, the name of the bone, first you write down in our neck. Hyoid bone. Hyoid bone. This is the hyoid bone. So where is here in our neck region? This hyoid bone is located here in our throat, actually. This bone is the most important bone to remember. There is only one. There is only one floating bone in our whole body. There is only one floating bone in our whole body. That bone is known as hyoid bone. Write it down. I repeat. So this floating bone, does it mean floating bone? Floating bone means the bone which is not connected to any other bone. I repeat, floating bone means the bone which is not at all connected to any other bone. That is known as hyoid bone. So where is this hyoid bone kept or located? This hyoid bone is located at or in the throat. Where in the throat? Which is this pipe? This is our windpipe. So this hyoid bone is located where in the windpipe? Above the windpipe. So when this is the trachea, our windpipe, above the windpipe is our thyroid gland. Above the windpipe is our thyroid gland, and above the thyroid cartilage or the thyroid gland, this hyoid bone is placed. This hyoid bone is located just here, which is connected with the connective tissue, but not at all with any other bone. Just floating bone is the hyoid bone. And the purpose of this hyoid bone is to connect the muscles of the tongue. To connect the muscles of the tongue behind and to keep our windpipe open 24 hours, continuously open, to make sure the proper amount of breath will be flowing through our windpipe in the front. So to keep that mouth of the windpipe open, this hyoid bone is at the top, just at the back of our mouth end, posterior part, at the back of the mouth. This is what the hyoid bone. If you have got it, you can show the thumbs up about it. Then next, after the neck region, this is all the part of axial, head, then neck. There is one single hyoid bone. I will not show you the hyoid bone, but I will not draw today the hyoid bone. But I hope you have cleared the concept where it is located. The third one, very important thing. After the neck region, what we will see? First, we will see the rib or the rib cage. So ribs and sternum. I repeat, ribs and sternum. Write down this in the axial skeletal. What are these ribs and sternum? Here, the sternum. What is the sternum bone? Anyone, can you please tell me? Blaze, Basma, Amber. I didn't see me that. Yep. The sternum is the bone which is the chest stitching. Yep. Right, Amber. The sternum is the bone at the center of our chest. The chest, not the chest. Yes, you can see the shield, but at the center of the bone, where I am tapping at the moment, this is what the sternum bone. This is at the center. It looks like a tie. You know what the tie? This is what it looks like, a tie. The sternum bone. And the ribs are connected to this sternum bone. At the center Again, to the sternum bone, there are cartilage. To the sternum bone connection, there are cartilage. And this cartilage of the sternum bone has connection with the rib. How many ribs will be there in total that we will see? Do you know how many ribs do we have? Anyone?
54.
Not 1 million. Everything is 1 million.
54.
24, yes. So, yep. So 24 ribs and one sternum. Like sternum is one, and there are 24 ribs both sides. But one side 12, another side is 12. And how are these ribs located and what are these ribs called? That we will see now. Very important to know about this. About the ribs and the sternum. So first 7 ribs, or if I will show you like this here, this is the sternum, if you can see, and these points are the cartilage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are the 7 points connected to the sternum. That 7 points are cartilage. And the first 7 ribs, I repeat, the first 7 ribs. I am just showing you on one side. You can just make it at other side as well. I will not draw a good picture. But
Why is
just-
the sternum, so the two sides of the sternum are designed differently? Yes,
no,
that
no, no,
looks,
no, no.
or is it just your drawing, or is that
They-
how it is?
No, no, no. It is just my drawing.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
that was,
No,
I
no,
was like,
no.
oh, got it.
It is just my drawing here. We are not here
You mean,
Amber?
okay, got it.
for in a drawing competition, or I want here to understand the concept. So it is just I'm drawing it quickly. Okay, people, draw. So we can cover up the syllabus more quickly because we have less time. So drawing so quickly. Here also you can draw the 7 like this. I am just showing one section. So the first 7 ribs of the sternum which are connected to the cartilage. That is what's important. These words, what I am saying. The first 7 ribs which are connected to the cartilage. That ribs are called as true ribs. True. Write down here. True. True ribs. Again. So first 7 ribs, true ribs. Then the next 3 ribs. After that, the next 3 ribs, you will find there is no connection to the sternum. So the cartilage of the next 3 ribs, this is what? The cartilage of the next 3 ribs. You will see at the bottom, I have drawn the blue color cartilage, which is connected to the cartilage of the 7th rib. So I repeat, you can note it down, the cartilage of the 7th rib or the cartilage of the rib 8, 9 and 10 here. Rib 8, 9, 10 at the bottom. The cartilage is connected to the 7th rib cartilage. So the cartilage of 7th rib is connected with the cartilage of the rib 8, 9, 10. but the cartilage of the ribs 8, 9, and 10 are not connected directly to the sternum. They are connected with the cartilage of the 7th rib. So these ribs are known as false ribs. So these ribs are known as false ribs. Up till here, is it cleared? Okay. So first 7 ribs directly connected with the cartilage to the sternum. The next 8, 9, and 10 ribs connection with the cartilage of the 7th rib cartilage, not directly connected with the sternum. So they are false ribs. Again, the last 2 ribs. So we will see 12 ribs on each side, 2. So total number is 24. So now the last 2 ribs, 11 and 12. I will make it with a red marker. They if you can see, the last 2 ribs are known as false floating ribs here. False floating ribs. About these false floating ribs, they are floating but not completely floating like the hyoid bone. False floating ribs means the ribs at the bottom are floating but not completely. They are connected at the back on our spine, but in the front they are floating. All these ribs are connected at the back on our spine, but the last 2, if you will see, if you will touch and your abdomen here, the last 2 ribs you will see, fine, they are floating in the front. You will directly see the smooth muscles, the stomach and the organs here you will find. You will not feel the connection like you feel in the chest here. You feel the connection of the ribs here in the sternum, but you will not feel the connection of the floating ribs, but you will find it connected behind. These ribs are false floating. So these are the 12 ribs. First 7 true, then number 8, 9, and 10 false ribs, and the 11th and the 12th rib are false floating ribs. Got it? False floating ribs are also removable ribs. It should not be removed. I am not saying to be removed here as a yoga teacher, but some of the students, not some of the people I have seen, they do remove these ribs. Why? To get their body back into shape. So I don't know why they want to make their body in that shape, but people who remove their ribs, the last 2 ribs they remove, and to get more flexibility, they think to become more flexible with the body. So they try to remove the ribs, and also a person can survive by removing those ribs. Up till here, if it is clear, you can say yes, or if you have any questions, you can ask me as well. See, whatever is God gifted, I will tell you, we should not try to touch those parts and organs in our body, whatever is gifted by the God to us. Removing these ribs will just make a person attractive with the body, with the physical body. But always remember, these ribs are connected at the back, on the nervous system, on the spine. If any person will try to remove that rib, that person may look beautiful, attractive body or something, anything, etc., but the mental state of the mind can be imbalanced due to the damage done to the nervous system behind. So they should not, yes, they do cause in future, not even suddenly they will cause, but definitely they will cause a mental imbalance of the mind. So whatever is God gifted to us, keep it. Whatever is not gifted by God, leave it. Try not to modify any body part. This is not a machine we have in life. Okay. Cleared everyone here? Can I proceed further? Okay. Yes.
Yeah, you were cutting off, but I think I got it. I didn't. It was the Wi-Fi cutting off, but you said it can cause issues in the future, right?
In the future, what?
You said it can cause issue in the future
Yes,
if you
yes,
remove the words.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
Just a little slight mental imbalance or with the nervous weakness. Okay, I will erase this. The next we will see. I hope you have got this thing. In the axial skeletal, see, we are just still watching the axial skeletal only. We have seen the skull, head, ears, neck, and the sternum and the ribs. Total 25. One sternum and 24 ribs here, all to protect our lungs. Then we will see the vertebral column. The vertebral column, I don't know which number it was. I will make a star here. The vertebral column. Bad Wi-Fi. Blaze is telling me bad Wi-Fi. See, I have a very good Wi-Fi, but at your place, what can we do? There is no choice here. There is really no option. I cannot even fly Rishikesh. I am not nearby also Rishikesh. I am sitting next to Mumbai at the moment in Pune city. Okay. So the vertebral column, we need to know that there are 27 vertebrae here in total. There are 27 or 24 vertebrae here in total. How many vertebrae are been there? We will see now. So in the vertebral column, if you can see the vertebral column, the first 7 vertebrae are known as cervical vertebrae. The back and spine, our vertebral column is the most important part in our body, which makes our body in one straight line and also controls all the functions of the body with the help of the nervous system. Again, so the first 7 vertebrae in the vertebral column are known as cervical region. You can write down the word cervical. C-E-R cervical region. Then, what are the cervical region where this vertebral column begins? Below the brain or the small brain, the medulla oblongata at the bottom of the brain. Here it connects and it goes on in the neck. The first 7 vertebrae are the cervical region, our cervix region. So if I will tell you, like, you can touch the big bone on your neck. Did you find the biggest bone here on the neck? Yes. So that bone is the number 7th vertebra. That bone is the number 7th vertebra, cervix. The big bone here in the neck, if you will find, that is the number 7th cervical vertebra. Okay. And in between, yes, note it down. Try to read your manual and everything later. Just focus it here. Even I don't have that manual. Here, in between each and every vertebra, I have shown the black marker thing. That is what? The cartilage. There is a cartilage in between each vertebra. We know that cartilage will make our spine flexible. We'll be able to bend back and front. The next 12 vertebrae here. I have shown the next 12 vertebrae in red marker. So this 12 vertebrae, the next 12 vertebrae is known as thoracic vertebrae or thoracic region. I repeat, the next 12 vertebrae are known as thoracic vertebrae or the thoracic region. So first 7 are called cervical and the next 12 are thoracic. Can you tell me why there are 12 vertebrae in the thoracic region? Because of the ribs. Yes. So there are 12 vertebrae in the thoracic region because of the ribs. All the ribs are connected back in the thoracic vertebrae here. All the ribs. We have 12 ribs on one side, 12 ribs on other side. But all the 12 ribs are connected back to our thoracic region of 12 vertebrae to the cartilage. Then the next 5 vertebrae are known as lumbar vertebrae or lumbar region. Our lower back, we can say, our lower back is known as lumbar or lumbar vertebrae. So there are 5 vertebrae in our lumbar. Then we have the sacrum, one sacrum. And then we have the coccyx, the tailbone. So the sacrum is one single bone, but the sacrum vertebra has 5 fused bones, not like 5 different vertebrae. There are 5 fused bones in our sacrum. And in our coccyx, here the red thing you will see at the bottom, the tailbone, where our kundalini is located, or the root chakra. Here at the tailbone, that coccyx has 4 fused bones. 4 fused bones, or you can just say one single coccyx bone, one single tailbone or 4 fused bones makes coccyx. Similarly, there are 5 fused bones in sacrum. Sacrum bones means sacral chakra, the second chakra. If you have studied the chakras, have you studied the chakras as well in your philosophy classes? If yes, then you will understand where is the sacrum region. Right where the pelvic starts, our pelvic bone starts, right there is our sacrum region, below the lower back. Yep. And at the bottom of the spine, yes, exactly where the blade is showing. And at the bottom of the spine, we have the root chakra or the coccyx. So all these vertebrae are the most important. The vertebra, the correct posture of our body, it does keep. This is important in the yoga very much. The second most important part. See this word which I am speaking at the moment. Note it down. If anyone say what is the most important part of the bone in your body, if anyone will ask, try people saying that the back and spine. In yoga we have to keep straight. In yoga we keep back and spine straight, but that is not the most important. That is the second most important, back and spine. The first important that we will see, that is pelvic, our pelvic bone, where the vertebral column is fixed. So when our pelvic is tilted, some people pelvic is up, some people pelvic left is up, right is up. But if pelvic bones are equally balanced, then the vertebral column is completely balanced. Back and spine is surely the most important part in yoga because all the chakras are located on the spine in our subtle body, but the pelvic is more important. Always remember the pelvic is more important than the spine. If we cannot fix our pelvic while performing any forward bend, backward bend, any posture side, then we cannot even balance our vertebra or spine. So control the pelvic, balance the pelvic, you will definitely able to achieve that balance in your spine like this. Can I erase, or if it is cleared? Good. So we have seen the complete axial skeletal system, right? We have seen complete axial skeletal system. How many bones we have seen up till now? 80 number of bones we have seen in the axial skeletal system. Now we will see appendicular skeletal system. And in the appendicular skeletal system, there are 126 number of bones. In the appendicular skeletal system, there are 126 number of bones. So what is this appendicular skeletal system? The first thing what we will see, we will first say pectoral girdle. In short, we will see pectoral girdle. What does this mean, pectoral girdle? Appendicular skeletal, the bones in our hands, in our legs, and the bones which connect our appendicular with the axial skeletal. That also we will see. So first we see pectoral girdle. That means those bones which connect our hand to the axial skeletal is known as pectoral girdle. So the bones which connect our upper limbs to the axial skeletal, upper limbs means hands. Those are pectoral girdle. What are that? Our shoulder bone and our collar bone. Yes, our collarbone, that is known as clavicle. And the shoulder bone, the shoulder blade, you can see at the back, that is known as scapula. So these two bones which connect our hand completely to the axial skeletal in one line are clavicle, the collarbone connection, and the shoulder blade, scapula, with the collarbone. These are the pectoral girdle. Okay. Yep. Then the bones we will see in our hand. Bones in our hand. What are those bones in our hand? Which is the longest bone here in our hand? The first one. Which?
Wait, real quick. By hand, do you mean the arm? Are we talking hand specific or just the entire
Sorry, the
arm?
arm. Sorry, my English is not so good.
No,
I will-
your English is fantastic, but so I'm glad I asked.
Yes, arm. Thank you so much, Amber, for assisting. Arm. The whole arm. So the first bone in the arm, which is in the upper arm, yes, that bone is known as humerus. There is only one single bone in the upper arm. The rest are just the muscle, the biceps and the triceps connected with the two head and the three head. That we will see later. Here, one single bone in upper arm. Nothing else we have in upper arm. That bone is known as humerus. Then the next in our forearm, the bones in our forearm, we will see. What is
Lower
the,
arm.
yes, hello?
Two. There is two bone.
Yes, there are two bones in our forearm. And what are
Radius and
those?
ulna. Radius and ulna.
So wait, which one is the radius bone and which one is the ulna bone? The radius bone is the strongest
big.
bone. The strongest bone which is connected to the thumb side, you will see. Here, this is the radius bone. And the ulna bone, which makes our elbow twist, that bone is at the side. The stronger one, where we balance in the handstand or arm balancing posture, the weight of the body is being carried by your radius bone. The weight of your body is being carried by the radius bone. Any arm balancing posture you can take. Again, after the radius and ulna, what is the next? We have the wrist
Carpal,
bones,
metacarpal.
carpals and metacarpals.
And what about the
Phalanges? They'll come next.
The phalanges comes in next. Where are the phalanges?
Oh, sorry, I was not on mute.
Phalanges are in the fingers. How many phalanges are been there in each finger? There are
3.
phalanges in each finger. But in thumb, how many phalanges in the thumb?
1 million.
2. Amber. Everything in Amber's body has 1 million. I think. I'm just kidding, Amber.
This
Okay.
was really funny because she was very short.
Huh?
Amber is very short, so it's strange that she has 1 million of everything.
Yeah, maybe she is very young. At the young age, we do have more bones. I can accept. No problem. Amber, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
young at
I'm
heart.
sorry.
Young at heart.
Yes, yes. Young in heart. We do have to be always like this. Not so serious in the life. Okay. So phalanges, there are total number of phalanges 3 plus 2. There are total 14 phalanges in our fingers. So in our both the arms, there are total 28 phalanges. Similarly, metacarpals, we have 10 metacarpals. Like this, carpals also we have 7 and 8, like more than 15 carpals. So these are the bones you will see in your arms.
Wait, how many carpals and how many metacarpals?
Metacarpals, we have 10 in both the arms. So like 5. Where is the metacarpal? Can you please see? This, apart from the wrist, 1 to each finger, we have 5 fingers. So we have 5 metacarpals. With both the arms, 10 metacarpals. To each finger, 1 metacarpal.
And how
At
many
the
carpals?
Carpals you have to count. There are more number of carpal bones. There are 3 set actually, but there are fused. They are fused together. 7 to 8 number of carpals you will find there. They are all fused in the wrist bone. Again, is it clear up in here? Good. So the next is pelvic girdle. You know what is the pelvic girdle here? Pelvic is, yep, our hip bone. You can say hip bone, the pelvic girdle, which connects our lower limb or our leg to the axial skeletal system. That is the pelvic girdle. We have 2 pelvic, one at each side. There are actually a lot of fused bones in the pelvic, but we count pelvic as 2 single bones, one at each side. Here, there are 3 major bones in the pelvic. The major part of the hip, the biggest bone in the pelvic where our glutes muscles are being located, that is known as the ilium bone. The upper part of the pelvic region is the ilium bone. The lower part of the pelvic region is the ischium bone. So just I can spell ilium and ischium bone. And we also have pubic bone at the center, at the bottom of the pelvic. We have one pubic bone as well. This whole count as in the part of the pelvic bones. Pelvic, I already told you, the most important part in our whole body. In each and every posture, this point is very important to remember than this anatomy. In every posture, first important thing that we should apply is to square our hip. Our hip should be properly aligned. Our pelvic should be properly aligned to practice any kind of posture. Any kind of posture. Then and then only we could proceed with the next, or we could bring our awareness to next bone or next muscle or next chakra internally as well. But first, please make sure any posture you do, you have to first arrange your pelvic bone. Got it, people? This is the most important than the back and the spine. Automatically, you can manage to control your back and spine. Then, like arms, we can see the bones in the legs quickly. The biggest bone in our whole body, femur, the first, which is located in our thigh. There is only one bone in our thigh. That bone is known as the femur or the upper leg. Then in the below the femur, we have the kneecap. That kneecap is known as patella. The kneecap is surrounded by the ligaments and the cartilage muscles, the tendons and the ligaments around the kneecap joint. That is known as patella. And in the lower part of the leg, what are these bones in the lower leg? Tibia and fibula. The lower part of the leg, the tibia and the fibula. Which one is the tibia and which one is the fibula here? The strongest one, yep, which Blaze is showing, that one is tibia. You are a good actor. And the bone which is at the side of the calf, that is the fibula. See, note it down. Our weight of the body, more than 60% of the weight of the body when we stand is carried alone by tibia. More than 60 to 70% of the weight of the body is carried alone by the tibia, which is one of the strongest bone in our body, where you will find in your shin. You can say shin or in your lower leg. The toughest, the hardest. Again, similarly, in our ankle, you will find 7 to 8 tarsals here. Like we have carpals in our wrist, there is a set of tarsals. You can call them as ankle bones. So tarsals and metatarsals. And then again, phalanges. Tarsals, metatarsals, and then again we have the phalanges. The same number of tarsals, the same number of metatarsals. We have how many metatarsals in each toe? We have 3 metatarsals in each toe. And in our big toe, there are 2 metatarsals. Big toe is like thumb. Big toe is like thumb. 2 metatarsals in our big toe. So phalanges, I'm talking about the phalanges, I'm sorry. So there are 3 phalanges in each toe and 2 in our big toe. Metatarsals we have 5 for each toe, separate toe. In this way, we have seen the bones in our legs, the bones in our pelvis, the bones in our arm, and the bones in our shoulder, and the clavicle bone, the we can say pectoral girdle. Here, in total appendicular system, we have seen in short 126 bones, their location, very important functions like our tibia, the radial bone, the tibial bone. Why are they important? Why the pelvic is important as a part of appendicular skeleton, as well as in the axial skeletal, how the ribs and the spine are connected, How many ribs are there in total? Yes. Anyone?
24. 24
24. Where are these ribs connected?
to the spine, the cartilage in the spine.
To cartilage in the spine. To which section of the cartilage in the spine?
Thoracic,
How many vertebrae in the thoracic section?
12.
How many vertebrae in the whole spine?
1 million.
1 million. Very good, Amber. So next student now. Only Amber, Blaze I can see. The rest of I cannot see them. I don't know what Blaze was showing me. But enough for two. Is it cleared up till here today, people? We will see some different systems and different things and therapies as well, if we can, in the coming sessions from tomorrow. There are not much sessions, but I hope we have covered without a skeletal all the skeletal systems. I'm happy that you have cleared the concept. That's it. And anything else you want to ask, please ask me. We have just 2 to 5 minutes, or if there are no questions, you can ask me anywhere. If you have questions, can ask me. Or you can just contact or ask me if you remember any questions anytime.
I
Not
have
even
one
you remember.
question about the vertebral column, how you count the bones. So I know you said that the sacrum is really 5 fused bones and the coccyx is 4 fused bones. But do they count as 1 each, or do they count as 9? So
They
how
can-
many
Yes, yes.
total bones are in the vertebral column? I didn't have that.
So like the total number of bones, if you can count them as 1, then you can count them as 26 vertebrae. If you will count these bones, sacrum as 1 bone and coccyx as 1 bone, then the whole vertebra has 26 bones. But if you said like 5 fused bones and 5 or 4 fused bones in coccyx, total 9, then the number of vertebrae in this are 33. If we count each bone separately, so in some scientific text, they mention the number of bones in our body 206, because they count the sacrum and coccyx as 1 single bone. But in some scientific text, they mention the number of bones 213, because they count 5 fused bones and 4 fused bones separately in coccyx. So number of bones in our body becomes 213. Like
Okay,
this.
thank
Got
you.
it, Am?
Yep.
Anyway, so Dasma, She, Mida, She, Amber, and Bliss. Thank you so much, and have a good day ahead. I think there are no more. Try to connect me on the social media if you have any questions. There are my ID. Just to keep in touch in future, any questions related as well. Okay, or you can ask my WhatsApp. I will give it to you later for any queries. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Have a great
Thank you.
day.
Thank you so much.